And I'm at Circular Quay and I have a little bit of time before my ferry leaves. The Watson's Bay ferry runs every 30 minutes, at least on a weekday. I'm not sure about the weekend. So let's find some water quickly so that I don't dehydrate on the beach. Water, where are you? Let's see. So that's what I call success. Okay, so it departs from Wharf 2. And yes guys, this finally, it's the episode where I'm gonna tell you all the details about how I got to Australia. I just thought I'd get my ass to the beach first and then we'll have a sit down and then we talk. Made it to the very front. I upgraded myself. It was a little bit windy on the ferry, but I made it, yay. Okay, so while one could totally swim here, it's actually quite nice. It's, yeah, not nearly as nice as where I'm gonna take you. That's another blue house that I really love. It doesn't have great views, but it's just so cute. It's like very Key West sort of style. Okay, so let me get started on my story, how I got here. I always wanted to live here since I was 16 or 17, and yeah, it has been an obsession ever since. And I mean, can you blame me? It's like so nice, like I'm surrounded by banana trees right now. And I'm on my way to the beach. So yeah, I think really wanting to live here is definitely a very good start, because it's not that easy. They don't make it very easy for you unless you have a job that's on the skilled occupation list. And all these requirements might have changed in the last 10 years. If you have one of those jobs, like you're a nurse, or I don't know what used to be on the list, like jobs that are really, really always needed, then you can just apply for a work permit and for permanent residence right away. Unfortunately, freelance musician was never on that list. And I'm pretty sure it's not on the list now either. So you have to be a little bit more creative. And for me, in the end, how I actually got a visa, after coming here many times, like I've been here in my 20s, I've been here I think 4 times, always for several months. And in the end, I actually fell in love with someone. It's been a long story, like we had a long distance relationship while I went back to Austria and then to Athens, to Greece. Yeah, so I ended up coming back for him, but on a tourist visa. But then we pretty quickly realized that we cannot be without each other, even though we are now, gladly. And now we are at one of my favorite beaches. Let me show you guys. And it is pretty crowded. So we're not gonna stay here. We're gonna continue walking to my secret beach. So I've got a pink dragon fruit smoothie. This is nice, I like it. It is just so incredibly nice here. Okay, so back to my story. So I did apply for a partner visa with my partner at that time. And we got an immigration lawyer. And I guess I would recommend to do that because, yeah, you don't want to do anything wrong. And I mean, I've heard of people who've done it themselves, but the lawyer that we found was actually very reasonable. 10 years ago, we paid a flat fee of, I think it was $2,000 for him. And then there's also a pretty high amount of fees just for the application and the processing and whatever they charge. I think in total it was about $5,000. But that being said, I mean, look at how nice it is here. So yeah, $5,000 well spent, I'd say. It is a long process, so you actually really need to have a relationship. People think that you can just pretend that you have a relationship. Oh my God, it's so hot. You really need to prove that you have a relationship, and they make sure that you really do. You have to provide so many documents and pictures, and I remember we had to write like an essay about how we met and how our relationship progressed and like all those things. And hold on, such a nice view. Rudely interrupting myself. They always want something new from you, so it's good to have the immigration lawyer, because he would like every few weeks he would be like, okay, so we came to this stage now, so now we need to do like another essay or another, I don't know, something else that they needed. And yeah, it's a lot of documents. I mean, yeah, they are trying to make sure that only those who really want it actually apply and go through the whole process. I obviously really wanted it, and also at that stage I really wanted to be with the guy. Isn't it pretty? Because I was crazy in love, so I didn't fake anything. That's why it was easy to prove that we have a relationship. But I would not recommend to pretend, because not only I'm pretty sure they will find out, but also I think, I'm not sure what the fines are. You will definitely be banned from coming back to Australia and things like that, so don't do it. Nobody goes where I'm going. And where I'm going, just saying, I'm not gonna need my bikini. So I won't be able to do much filming there. That's why I'm filming here now on the way. What else can I say? So yeah, it took long. It took so long that in the meantime my relationship fell apart. And without getting into too much detail, because I'm really over that one. Took me long enough. So we actually got married. It's nice and romantic that I'm telling you in front of the toilets and the garbage bins. So yeah, we did get married because it was crazy romantic. I found it really, really romantic when he proposed to me very early on, because he never wanted to be without me, he never wanted to lose me, and yeah, it was all for the right reasons. And he said things like, when you know, you know. And we thought we knew, but we didn't. And yeah, so it was really good for the first, let's say, 9 months of our relationship. And since we got married so quickly, that would be the first like 6 months of our marriage. And then it went downhill, and he was super unhappy, and it was bad. But my lawyer was amazing, and I did get a special visa class still, even though we were broken up at that stage. And yes, and I've been here ever since. And now I'm actually at the beach where I wanted to be. Here, that's the one. It is super nice. I'm gonna go down there now because I really, really need to swim. It is insanely hot. So it's usually a bit frowned upon to actually wear your bikini on a nude beach, but just for the filming I'm doing it right now. Such a nice beach. I'm gonna go for a swim now. See you later. That was very, very refreshing and really nice. So maybe then I'll share my advice for nude beaches with you guys. So for me, obviously it's not a big deal at all because I'm European, and my family, my parents always took us to nude beaches when we were kids growing up, me and my siblings. So yeah, I grew up on nude beaches. It's completely normal for me. I find it weird that it's not normal for other people, but I guess, yeah, it depends on how you grew up. And yeah, for me, it has so many advantages. It's so pretty here. Oh my God, it's pretty. It has so many advantages, like you don't get tan lines, first of all. Second of all, it's much easier to dry. Yeah, you're not like wearing a wet swimsuit afterwards, which is super annoying. And it's just so much nicer to swim without like clothing on. So yeah, if you've never tried it, just do it. It's really no big deal, and I never feel unsafe even when I go alone, because I don't know, like maybe because I always assume the best of people, but like I don't stare at anyone because yikes. And because I don't stare at anyone, I don't notice anyone staring at me. And as long as I don't see that anyone is staring at me, I'm just like pretending like. And also I'm always trying to look as unattractive as possible, and I just always try to look very grumpy and unapproachable. Plus, people leave you alone. I think most people, I don't know if most people are innocent like me, but I think most people just go there because, yeah, they just like swimming without clothing on. Naked is the word I'm gonna say. So, and I don't know, and because there is no reason to be ashamed for your body. I mean, we all have bodies. It's not like you're gonna see something that you've never seen before. So, but yeah, all that being said, like if I would be the only one, if I were to be the only person at a nude beach and there's only one other guy there, I would not take my clothes off, I would just leave. But it wasn't very busy, but there were enough people there to feel safe, and they're usually all old and chill. And I mean, then there's always a few posers there. Wait, there might be one behind me. Just pretending I'm filming the views and not not talking about nude beaches here, are we? Yeah, so there's always a few posers, but I think they are mostly gay guys attracting other gay guys. I think that's a thing. So, and obviously like they are not a problem for me, and it's usually those really good looking guys and they just stand there and yeah. But I'm really not looking because I'm not there to see naked people. Like that's not interesting for me. I'm there for the swimming and because the beach wasn't crowded, and compared to the other beach, which right now doesn't look very crowded. See? That's the other one. Actually, it looks okay now. I might go for another swim because I'm hot again. And yeah, so that's my advice on nude beaches. Don't be afraid. It's completely natural, it's completely normal, and you won't get tan lines. So that's always nice. What other wisdom did I want to share? Yeah, swimming in Sydney inner harbour beaches. So it's actually a rule that you should not be swimming after it has rained a lot. And it has rained a little bit yesterday. And that's why I thought, should I go to the beach or not? But then, yeah, I owed you guys to finally do my How I Got to Australia video. And yeah, and I also did it for myself, to be honest, because yeah, it was just such a nice day. And I've been really working a lot on my t-shirt business and other things lately. And I just felt like I want to be swimming in the water because it was hot. Why am I telling you this? I forgot everything. So yeah, you're not supposed to swim after it has rained a lot because the rivers bring, I guess, pollution and also leaves and stuff, but I think the leaves are not a problem. But yeah, some pollution would go into the inner harbour beaches, which is like everything within Sydney Harbour. And yeah, so that's why you're not supposed to swim. But I mean, I survived. It was a bit leafy, I have to say. It wasn't as clear, as crystal clear as it usually is. So I recommend swim after it hasn't rained for 2 days and it will be absolutely perfect. Now it was still, yeah, perfect enough. Really, I cannot complain. And I think I didn't get too polluted, I hope. So I did put my t-shirt back on so that I don't get tan lines and also so I don't get sunburn. One more thing about nude beaches is at some stage I got all my, wait, hold on. At some stage I got all my exes, when I was dating them obviously, to go to nude beaches with me. And every single one of my exes has not grown up going to nude beaches, but I dragged them all there and they all liked it. And even my Egyptian ex-boyfriend, for who, you know, it's like really exactly the opposite of what he grew up with. But yeah, he really enjoyed it. So I guess I converted them all to be nudists. Finally, some shade. It's like 30 degrees Celsius today. So now we are at the other beach. I actually forgot what it's called. What's the name of that beach? I don't know. Watson's Bay Beach? I don't know. Ow. I almost killed myself. Not the worst neighborhood to live. Right next to the beach, ferry station at your doorstep that gets you to Circular Quay. Oh, I'm gonna get killed. And you can park your boat here on the street. So yeah, it is pretty nice. So this was just another absolutely perfect day in the city of my dreams, Sydney. And if you want to live here, I completely understand, I get it. It is probably the nicest place in the world to live. And I mean, it might be difficult to get the visa, but don't let that discourage you. Because if you really want to live here, then go for it. There will be a way. There was a way for me, and there will be a way for you. And and it's just so worth it. It might take years. It took me many years. Worth it. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Even though I did live in Melbourne for a year because I just wanted to try. But what you just saw now, those sort of beaches and the ferry rides, that's what I really missed. And I haven't seen that in Melbourne if you like live in the city. Like I know somebody told me on my travel channel when I did the comparison between Melbourne and Sydney, and somebody obviously from Victoria, which is the state where Melbourne is in, told me that I obviously haven't seen much, which is true. But for me, I compared Melbourne and Sydney by living in the pretty much in the city center and not having a car. And if you compare them like this, Melbourne and Sydney, then in Melbourne you can't get very far without a car because the beaches, the nice ones, are really far away. And they are still not as nice as here, I have to say, sorry. And here you just hop on a ferry, which is super nice. It's like public transport ticket, it costs a few bucks. And it's really nice getting there. It's really nice getting there. And it's really like, yeah, it took me an hour from where I live, near Darling Harbour, which is okay. And totally worth coming here for an afternoon. Such a nice neighborhood. Maybe I should move here. Look at those little terraces. So pretty. And now I'm hot again and now I need to swim again. But my ferry is leaving in 10 minutes. We'll see. Maybe put my legs into the water. Vitamin D for the day. Check.